Coming up on This Week in the NPSL, we have highlights from all of the great action throughout our league. FC Wichita is chasing the top spot in the Heartland Conference, but found themselves in a hole at Tulsa Athletic. Could they come up with some late magic? In the Southeast Conference, the Atlanta Silverbacks stay on top thanks to a hat trick in the Queen City. In the Northeast, the tightly bunched Atlantic White saw the Kingston Stockade break out in a goal-scoring frenzy. And in the Midwest, the Steinberger Cup was on the line for AFC Cleveland. We have those highlights, plus our Miter Player of the Week. School may be out for most of the country, but school is in session here on This Week in the NPSL. And we welcome you inside our classroom for the latest edition of This Week in the NPSL. I'm your host, Paul Boron, and we will start this week in the South, where we have highlights from 4 matches, but we start in the Heartland Conference, where FC Wichita has had a tremendous start to the season, but was facing a Tulsa team that has been racking up goals, 13 of them heading into Saturday's showdown. So how did things shake out? Let's go to Tulsa. We skip forward to the 30th minute, and a header by Levi Coleman is saved by Wichita keeper Mark Weir. In the 33rd minute, Declan Fitzpatrick with the goal to put the home side up 1-0. But Wichita answers just 4 minutes later as Deary Corfee will tie it up. But Tulsa goes back out on top in the 41st minute as Tarek Sankicic scores. Tulsa keeps the pressure on, but Weir comes up with multiple big saves, and that would prove to be very important, because that allowed Wichita to provide some late magic. First in the 82nd minute, Diego Serhati gets the equalizer. Then 2 minutes later, Corfee gets the match winner from Marco Gomez, and it's a thrilling win for the visitors, 3-2. Let's go to the Southeast and Georgia versus Chattanooga in Hampton, Georgia. The Revs started the game attacking CFC, resulting in this corner cleared by a stout Chattanooga defense. Revs goalkeeper and arguably the man of the match, Carson Oakes, makes the first of his 9 saves off the CFC free kick. Revs unable to convert as the CFC defense clears the ball off the line. Then CFC making one last push for goal, but the Revs defense clears the ball, securing the clean sheet and a critical point for both teams. Let's go to the Queen City for FC Carolina United versus Atlanta. 24th minute, João Jahani assisted on a through pass by captain Mitch Garcia. Nicely done, and Atlanta has the lead. João's second goal of the match with a cross-box assist from Avery Shepard in the 33rd minute. Jahani wasn't done as he added one more for the hat-trick in the 63rd minute as Atlanta beats United 4-2. We'll have more on Jahani later in the show. Let's go to New Orleans, where they play a friendly against the Texas Hurricanes, and it's all about Jonathan Evans. 36th minute, Evans is going near post on the corner, and he flicks it on for the goal. Second half now, 48th minute, Curtis Thorne lifts the ball into the box. Evans rises up and heads it home for his second goal of the night. Just 4 minutes later, Evans on the free kick, and check out this beauty. A bending ball into the upper 90, and take a bow, Jonathan, you deserve it. But he wasn't done yet. 60th minute, this time a free kick from the corner of the box, and when it's your night, it's your night. The defender moves out of the wall, that's right where Evans shoots it, and the Jesters win it 6-0. So New Orleans rolls in their friendly, but now heads on their first road trip to face the team above them in the standings, Inter Nashville FC, who drew at home with Asheville Saturday night thanks to 2 Andrew Chamberlain goals, while Dutch Lions get 2 Dylan Armstrong goals in their home 4-1 win. Dallas City gets goals from 4 different goal scorers in their road win, and Amar Bektic gets a 76th minute goal as the Armada draw with Miami United. So Jacksonville keeps pace with United in the Sunshine, while Miami Fusion FC loses ground with their road loss to Craze United. In the Lone Star, the Vaqueros win over Midland Odessa, puts them 3 points clear, while in the Southeast, Atlanta still sits on top thanks to their road win, while Knoxville is gaining ground thanks to their early week 5-0 home win. And in the Heartland, Little Rock's 1-1 draw with Demise NPSL on Thursday has them just a point behind Wichita. When we come back, we will shift our attention to the Northeast, where Kingston Stockade escape a two-match weekend with 2 decisive wins. Those highlights are next.
Keep up to date on NPSL with scores, schedules, stats, and exclusive content on NPSL.com. Visit NPSL.com to browse our dedicated ticket platform, read up on NPSL Spotlight, and view the latest episode of This Week in the NPSL.
Welcome back to This Week in the NPSL, and we check in on the Atlantic White Conference, where every week it seems like a different team is staking its claim to the top spot. This week, the Kingston Stockade looks to lock up first place with 2 weekend matches, starting at home Saturday night. Dietz Stadium in Kingston, New York was rocking on Saturday night as close to 700 fans were on hand for the second meeting between the Stockade and New York Athletic Club. In the 7th minute, Victor Guillermo hits a screamer from the top of the box into the upper 90, and Stockade FC takes an early 1-0 lead. 24th minute, Scott Zobri gets down the line and plays a ball for Mike Corby. Big save from the New York Athletic Club keeper to deny the Stockade's second goal. In the 28th minute, David Nkansa Siribo takes a pass from his Red Fox teammate at Marist, Ernie Mitchell, and he beats the keeper 1v1, and it's 2-0. Dutch guard loving that, and they would love this even more. 82nd minute, a flurry of shots for the Stockade. The ball ends up with Scott Zobri, who finishes to make it 3-0. A minute later, Zobri finds and lays a perfectly weighted ball through to Pedro Espindola, who makes no mistake with a chip over the keeper to make it 4-0. New York Athletic Club does get on the board in the 85th minute. Lauren Vogel has a half volley from the top of the box that beats David Gettings. 4-1 your final. Lots of happy fans for the Kingston Stockade. Just the beginning of a big weekend for them. Let's check out New Jersey Copa FC and Hershey FC. And early on, it's Ryan Campbell to Rafael Araujo, and he scores. Then Campbell doing it himself, unassisted. And Campbell is not done yet. This time, it's Mike Prosek finding Campbell for the goal. And then Prosek gets in on the goal scoring as well. This time he's assisted by Campbell, and Prosek puts it away. And how about one more for Prosek? Assisted by Gerald Cubero, and New Jersey Copa FC rolls with an easy victory. Let's go to Hartford City FC and Boston City FC. 12th minute of the match, and Gabriel Paganini handles the ball inside the 18-yard box. That will be a PK. But Luke Alvaro steps up to take the kick, and it is saved by Anthony Ferrara. Isaac Nana Adai broke the deadlock 5 minutes into the second half when he chested down a clearance 25 yards from goal and fired a devastating finish from the outside of his left foot to inside the left-hand post. 5 minutes later, Hartford City keeper Hami Kara races to the edge of the penalty area in pursuit of a long ball, but he pulls down Boston City striker Yao Adao. Referee has no choice but to give the penalty kick, and Adai makes them pay. The left foot buries it and makes it 2-0 for the home team. In an evenly matched encounter, Hartford City fought their way back with a 67th minute strike from substitute James Randall as he poked in a long throw from Alvaro that was not cleared inside the 6-yard box. In the final minute, Adao and Kevin Herrera exchange passes to free Adai, whose clinical left foot finish again finds the bottom corner, his second hat trick of the season, and with that, they keep pace with the Stockade. Meanwhile, in Brooklyn, Rasmus Hansen's stoppage time goal gives the Italians a 1-0 thrilling victory. On Sunday, TSF FC gets 2 from Richie Berry and 3 from Almir Batista Jr. in their 6-0 romp. Meanwhile, New York Cosmos B wraps up their 2-win weekend in Lowell, and Kingston finishes off their high-scoring weekend as 5 different goal scorers propel them to the win against the Reds. So the 9-goal outburst has the Stockade on top in the Atlantic White, 2 points better than Boston City, and that goal frenzy could prove important in the end of the season standings. Right now they have 18-4 and just 6 against. The New York Cosmos B good weekend has moved them to a tie for first, with the Brooklyn Italians just a point back. In the Mid-Atlantic, FC Frederick's win has them 1 point clear of Virginia Beach City FC after they had a 2-2 draw against Legacy 76. And in the Keystone, Westchester United and New Jersey Copa's decisive wins have them tied for first with the hot Bucksmont Torch, who are unbeaten in their last 3 and are now just 3 points back. When we return to This Week in the NPSL, we will check in on the defending champs who go outside the league but are still playing for a trophy. We will tell you how they did next.
Mitre is the official ball supplier of the National Premier Soccer League. Visit www.mitre-usa.com for more information. That's www.mitre-usa.com.
We are back on This Week in the NPSL, and last segment we mentioned that New Orleans went outside the league this past weekend. Well, so did the defending champs as they played for the Steinberger Cup against the Michigan Bucks of the PDL. 10th minute, Declan McGivern misplays the ball coming down from the sky, and it results in an own goal, and it gives Michigan an early 1-0 lead. 34th minute, Jacob Bevan collects a loose header, turns and fires a left-footed shot from distance, but AFC's Alex Ivanov comes up with a save. But Michigan keeping the pressure on. 37th minute, Tom Owens converting a penalty kick, and it's 2-0. 53rd minute, AFC Cleveland has a decent chance when Ian Larson blows by a few defenders, drives a shot, but it's just wide of the goal. 72nd minute, a long throw gives Cleveland another attempt on goal when Reimar Klotchko flicks the ball on with his head, and it ends up on goal, swallowed up by Michigan's Drew Shepard. In the 76th minute, a dangerous cross put in by Jacob Bevan of the Bucks gets Cleveland's Colton Long facing his own goal and misplays it, putting it in his own net, and Michigan stuns AFC Cleveland with a 3-0 victory. That, of course, didn't affect AFC Cleveland in league standings, but they did fall farther behind second thanks to Erie's home win and Rochester getting a point in the Battle of Western New York. FC Indiana gets 2 second-half goals from Stephen Smith for a home draw with Kalamazoo. 5 different AFC Ann Arbor players find the back of the net in their blowout win. 2 second-half goals propels VSLT FC into second place in the North, and Detroit City FC completes a very good weekend with their 3-1 win over FC Indiana. And those 2 wins vault Detroit into 3rd place in the Great Lakes Conference, while Lansing United's win on Sunday helps them keep pace with 1st place AFC Ann Arbor as those 2 start to pull away from the pack. Erie's win and Rochester's win Sunday against Fort Pitt now have them tied at 7 points. Dayton lost Friday and then Saturday when Syracuse collected their first win of the season against Dayton, so they stay at 13 points. And in the North, VSLT FC's win has them to within 2 points of the Dakota Fusion, who fell 3-2 at home to the Twin Stars, who vaulted into solo second with their win. When we return, we will check in on the West, and we will have our Mitre Player of the Week when This Week in the NPSL comes back after this brief timeout.
SoccerStub is the official ticket provider of the NPSL and powers the league ticket platform. Support live local soccer by visiting tickets.npsl.com to find tickets to NPSL matches near you directly from NPSL teams.
Welcome back to This Week in the NPSL. I'm your host, Paul Boron. Let's head west now, and we will dive right into this week's scores. Albion SC gets 2 from Amani Walker in their 4-1 road win. Corinthians got a 71st minute goal from Mateus Procaro, but 3 minutes later they were bested by the Guerreros' Tomas Arujo for the home winner for Oxnard. Orange County wins thanks to 2 first-half goals by Connor Gordon, while Christopher Ramsell's 81st minute goal propelled FC Arizona to a 1-0 win. In the Northwest, OSAFC gets 2 Eli Gordley goals, including the 83rd minute deciding goal, and Roy Asai scores twice as FCM Portland blanks Pierce County. In the Golden Gate Conference, Alan Estrada's stoppage time goal salvages a draw for Sonoma County Seoul. So they and Sacramento each move to 10 points behind CD Aguiluchos, who has clinched the conference. FC Arizona's win has them 4 points clear in the Southwest, while Orange County's win over Riverside has them tied at 26 points. In the Northwest, 4 teams are all within a point of each other, with OSAFC's win moving them into a tie for first. It's time now for our Mitre Player of the Week, and for that we go back to the South, and it is Jao Johani of the Atlanta Silverbacks who is this week's recipient. His 3 goals over FC Carolina moves him to a team leading 4th on the season. Last year, he led the team with 10, and that was good enough to garner interest from the USL. But he chose to stay in Atlanta, and boy, are they glad he did. Let's hear from Johanny after their win Saturday night.
The most important thing is the team mentality, because we come like 3-hour driving. It's very hard. I coach. I have my soccer academy. I didn't sleep well last night, and I come right here headed, but give a good stuff for the boys, my teammates. I think we do great job. We work hard for that.
Congratulations to João and the Silverbacks for their play this season as they lead the Southeast. That is going to do it for us this week. We hope you join us again next week for scores, highlights, and more from around our league on This Week in the NPSL.